going on, everybody? Welcome in. This is the Golden Boot Podcast. How is everybody doing this Friday night? Man, I am excited. Man, we got some comments coming through here. We are super excited to be here tonight. This is one of our highlights of the week, so to speak. It's mine. Look at there, JQ. Ladies and gentlemen, the Golden Boot.
I'm feeling it, man. Feeling it.
I love it. What is going on, guys? TJ says, "Let's get it, Golden Boot." Absolutely. We're going to. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I'm excited. As always, before we get started, I want to remind everybody that banner down at the bottom shows you exactly what to do. Please like, share, subscribe, follow this broadcast. It helps us so much. You can find us on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter. I've added our Twitter down there. Our email address. We got it all. Even our Twitch, man. What's up, Tony Thomas? What is up, man? It's always good to have the legend in the house. Stay golden. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. So let's get this thing kicked off. Cody, how has your week been so far?
It's been interesting. So my youngest one, she's been sick, so that's been fun dealing with that. And she's got this new trick of waking up at about 4:15, 4:30 in the morning and screaming her head off.
Oh, goodness.
My wife will lay her on our bed right next to me and put her right in my ear. So then I'll wake up to a random baby next to me, and so we're going.
It's not random.
It is when you're half asleep.
It's not random. It should be your baby. It should not be somebody else's baby.
Hey, I haven't got the DNA test yet. I don't know. We'll find out.
Okay, that ought to get the comments rolling there, boy.
But no, it's been a pretty good week. Work's been pretty good. I'm just
shut up.
It's Bama hate week.
It is. Is it? Is it Bama hate week?
So I work with a ton of Alabama fans. One of our biggest accounts at work is University of Alabama. Getting all the stuff prepped down there. Just to FYI to anyone that's going to be at game day tomorrow, do not fly a freaking drone out there because it will be taken out. Trust me. But yeah, man, it's been awesome. And I'm just ready to talk some football tonight and share why I hate Alabama multiple times. And that's all I got.
I mean, I hear you there.
Might be in trouble.
Might be.
Maybe. Every week is Bama hate week. Look at this guy.
I'll mention it later on in the show, but there was something that happened last night that might affect LSU going forward. It's a pretty significant deal.
We'll see about that. we will see about that. I like a crappa bloody puddle. GQ says, I'm starting to be unsure about Washington beating USC. I could be convinced USC is going to win. Bama going to roll LSU. Georgia going to smack Mizzou. Man, you're just throwing all your predictions out there, GQ. Golly, we ain't even started the show yet.
He's dead to me. Oh, no.
You better go get the kids out of the car.
Yes, I can. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Chris, how was your week?
Where do you want me to start?
I don't know. Where do you start?
Well, it's that season and churches are ordering stuff and I'm busy.
You're busy, huh? I hear you there. Well, I'm getting busy too. I work for a specific packaging company, and this is the time of the year that they start going, and then everybody starts calling me, "Where's my package at? Where's my package so late?" And it's delayed. Well, I mean, this is we've entered that time of year. That's been my week. Where's my package at? Why is it taking so long? You guys are idiots. You guys are incompetent. Worst company ever. That's what I hear all day long.
Yeah. I was one of those callers recently, actually.
Were you? Oh, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense.
I have to address a comment real quick.
You do.
I can't help get the kids out of the car when they're not home. I literally walked up there to go outside and help get the kids. They're not even here.
Oh, well, hey, Cheyenne, we promise you when they get there, he will run outside and help you with the kids. All right?
The show goes on. He's got to – no.
Vandy Chris, or watch it. Propeller head.
Hey, so this article that Tony's talking about.
Yes.
LSU's Ultimate Warrior, Jaden Daniels. Get ready for it. I'm very excited to read it.
I am excited about that too. Mr. Tony Thomas is a legend. If you've not written, if you have not read anything that Tony Thomas did, now they're home. That Tony Thomas writes, please go to collegefootballdawgs.com and read it. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to kick this thing off before we get into our icebreakers. We have a special guest tonight. You're very welcome, Tony. Everyone be sure to thank your delivery person and retail workers this season. Yes, absolutely. Please, please, please do that. I'm going to go ahead and bring our special guest tonight. We're going to talk some Alabama LSU football. Before we even get into our icebreakers, we're switching it up this week. We have Mr. Adam straight out of the St. Louis area that's going to come on tonight. He's riding in the car. I see him smiling. He's excited. We've been talking all week. Yeah, you heard Cody. It's Bama Hate Week. Now, first question I have for you, right? Cody's going to be back in a few seconds. Is Alabama and LSU a rivalry?
First off, can y'all hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, first off, I want to say thank y'all for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Shout out to College Football Dawgs. Shout out to, all the sites, man, just doing their thing as far as the college football go. But to answer your question, yeah, I think it is a rivalry, man. I've been watching this for a long time, and it's always been one of my favorite rivalries in the SEC. I'm an Alabama fan, and both teams, they always have a good program, man, but it's definitely one of my favorite rivalries,
Yeah, well, there are some people, I'm not naming names, but there are some people this week that decided to say that LSU and Alabama is not a rival. To which I said, I'm sorry, I don't know how that works. It has always been a rivalry. It will always be a rivalry. It is either Bama or LSU hate week, depending on which one you're talking about. Cody, welcome back. I don't know if you're muted or not. There you are.
No, I'm back.
Adam is riding with us. I guess we're riding in the car with him tonight. That's all good.
So I have a question for Adam, though. Okay,
go ahead.
Adam, are you in Alabama?
No. I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, man. But I've been an Alabama fan since like 2008. So
he's only like 4 hours or 3.5 hours from me.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about it. So Alabama, LSU. LSU has had some shaky defense, although looks a little bit better. Alabama has not had the greatest of offenses all year. How does this play out, and where do you see the strengths of Alabama land, Adam?
Well, first, I'm always go with Alabama. I think the first thing we need to focus on, man, and this is that offensive line, man.
Yeah.
It's been atrocious all year, man. Coming into the season, we had questions about the quarterback, Milroe, and if he can get it done, which we know now that that's our guy. But now we got to deal with the other Achilles heel, which is offensive line issues.
Mm-hmm.
So he really can't flourish and do what he needs to do if the offensive line ain't blocking. And LSU not going to let up, man. So I just feel like they got to bring it. And if they don't bring it this year, then it's going to be a long game because, LSU got Harold Perkins and they got all kind of defensive players ready to give Milroe hell. So,
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Alabama has allowed 35 sacks so far this season. I mean, that is just nuts. In comparison to, how that's 128th in FBS, by the way. But I mean, you talk about an Alabama offensive line that usually is one of the best in the country. It has not been that so far. And if LSU does not bring the pressure, I would be very surprised. Cody, what do you think is the strengths of LSU?
Yeah, on the defense, I mean, obviously the offense is the strength for us, but on the defensive side of the ball, our pass rush is pretty solid. I think Obia Gofu is going to be a big presence in the backfield. I think Paris Shan's going to do something good as well. Jordan Jefferson is actually going to step up and be on the defensive line and replace Mekhi Wingo. That's going to be really fun to see because he's very talented. He's a transfer from West Virginia. We have, obviously Harold Perkins is Mr. Everything. I don't really know how he's going to fit in, how they're going to use him in this game. But Mason Smith, it's time for him to have his step-up game. And honestly, with Alabama having their offensive line troubles, Milroe's not going to be able to hold on the ball very long on pass plays.
Yeah.
It's going to be a situation of it's drop back, 1-2 throw, or he's going to get sacked, or he's going to have to use his legs. But good thing for Milroe is he has good legs, and the man is fast, and he can definitely get outside. And, I mean, he can scramble a lot like Jaden Daniels. I mean, he's not as quick. He's not overall as quick as Jaden Daniels, but he's very solid. And the big difference is he's like 3 times as thick as Jaden Daniels, so he hits you. It's like getting hit by a lineman almost. So, I mean, realistically, I think Alabama's offense I think they can give LSU fits, especially in the secondary, because we don't have any cornerbacks. None of our starters are in. None of our second stringers are playing or anything. So it's going to be nothing but freshmen and safeties. So it's going to be a challenge for us. But, sometimes those freshmen will step up when you least expect it. I'm really praying that this is the game for it. But honestly, Alabama, they're due for a big offensive explosion game.
Right.
So
I mean, go ahead, Chris.
I wanted to ask Adam, what's the possibility of Alabama having a divided locker room right now? I'm a huge Ty Simpson fan, and I understand that there are rumors circulating that there are several players ready to transfer out, including Ty Simpson. What's that situation looking like down there? Is that locker room divided?
I mean, I feel like after the season, it's definitely gonna be guys that transfer, man. I feel like they got Ty Simpson, they got Tyler Buckner, and then they got the 2 freshmen, man. I don't see all 4 of them guys staying, man. Somebody gonna transfer because, dude, simply for the fact that I don't think Milroe is going nowhere next year. Like, I think he's going to be the man for at least 1 more year, man. So I think one of them guys behind him is going to transfer. I want Simpson to stay because I think he got the potential. I think one of the freshmen might transfer for real. I know Tyler Buckner might be out of there too.
Right.
I think at least 2 guys, two out of them 4 guys behind Milroe is going to be gone next year.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Your receivers in Alabama side are doing really well. Well, one in particular. But what I wanted to ask you, do you think the running game has fared out real well? I know you touched on the offensive line. Is that part of the issue? The offensive line hasn't been able to move guys. The running game has suffered. Because it seems like in some games they want to stick to the run game, but it's more like getting 3 yards in a cloud of dust versus just blowing them out like they usually have. Where you get 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, as we're used to seeing any Alabama running back do. Do you think that's more on the offensive line, or is it more on the running back room themselves?
I think it's both for real. I think the offensive line, if they're not blocking, the running backs can't run, man. I mean, that's just the bottom line. But I think we don't have the explosive guys that we used to have, man. Like Mark Ingram, Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry, man. Even my favorite running back to come to Alabama was T.J. Yeldon, man.
For sure.
T.J. Yeldon, yeah.
And I like a lot of them guys that we have. I like Roydell Williams. I like Jalen McClellan, man. Jason McClellan, I mean. I like Roydell, man, and I like Jay Miller. But them guys can't do what they do, man, if the offensive line blocking. So if the offensive line not blocking, I feel like, man. But I feel like them guys haven't proven themselves either. Like, if I'm being honest. But I like to see the offensive line open more holes so they can do more. But we won't know unless they block it. But I would say these aren't big names that we used to every year. So we just gotta wait to see.
Yeah, y'all got anything? I got one thing, but I'm gonna wait.
Yeah, go ahead with it.
Okay, all right, fine. I'll go with it. So switching now to defense, okay? Because I was doing a little bit of research. Alabama has the number 1 defense in the SEC, which on paper looks really good. Surprisingly, I have to give myself a little props. Arkansas is the number 2 defense, which really infuriates me because we finally fixed our defense, and here we are at 2-6. But I had to throw that in there.
Welcome to the club, sir. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, Alabama having the number 1 defense. LSU has more of a potent offense. I think that actually LSU may have the number 1, number 2 offense. So the dam has to break one way or another. How does Alabama's defense keep Jaden Daniels from really putting it on? Because in my eyes, Alabama has struggled with mobile quarterbacks in the past, and I think that's what they would have to do. Do you agree on that, Abin?
I agree. The defense, I like what the defense been doing this year. I like guys like Dallas Turner, of course. Who else? Malachi Dupree. A lot of those guys, man. Terrion Arnold, Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I know we've been banged up. I don't know if Tresman Marshall's still injured. I hope we got him back. I hope we have him back for tomorrow. But I just feel like the defense been hitting on cylinders. We've been banged up for a little bit, but I just feel like they have been keeping us in games, man, because a lot of them games, defense really stepped up where it was real questionable. I don't know if we were going to win or not if the defense didn't step up. So, that's it. Got guys like Dallas Turner, man. It's a big drop off because we lost a lot of guys last year, like Will Anderson.
Yeah.
So just to have them guys step up, I feel like they've been keeping us in a lot of games, and that's all we can ask for real.
Absolutely. And Cody, on the same hand, LSU, what do they have to do to get past this number 1 defense?
Yeah. So I think really what they need to do is hit a balanced attack. I think
the
biggest thing is, obviously the quick answer is Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr. Those are your 2 that you go to. But really, Logan Diggs is going to be the one that sets the tone in this game. He didn't play in the Florida State game, was a little banged up. He's come in since then and has been phenomenal for us at running back. And then Tony has said earlier, we have 6 running backs that could go and take the rock. It's not a big deal. So I think the biggest thing is you have to get the running game established early.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's one of those things where you beat them down early and then pull away late. And I feel like second half is going to be where the passing game really comes into effect. And for some reason, though, I have a feeling that Brian Kelly's going to try to start this game a little bit differently. I think he's going to try to start fast. Usually he kind of starts just, let's see how you're doing out there, and then we'll go from there. I think in this one, it's going to be different. I think he's going to try to punch him in the mouth quick and just try to get up on him fast, because I think he knows this is one of those kind of games where if you have a 3-and-out, that could cost you.
Right.
And I really think running game is going to be established quickly, and I would not be surprised if we had 2 receivers with over 100 receiving yards in this game.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. And I know you're about to get on with your night, Adam, and I appreciate you coming on and hanging out with us on your date night.
I appreciate it.
We'll have to have it on again. But one last question. I'm going to say this. Alabama has looked dominant in years past, right? And I kind of have a theory behind that, and I want to just get your opinion on this. With the implementation of the transfer portal, NIL, all this kind of stuff, we don't see 4- and 5-star players for Alabama sitting on the bench for 2, 3, 4 years to get their start. Do you think that plays into effect, or is it just a situation of maybe Alabama is not recruiting as hard as they have in the past?
I think they're getting the guys, but I do think the transfer portal, it's a big thing now, man. I remember last year, man, I was so I was so excited about the transfer class coming in,
Yeah.
but coming into the season last season, but at the end of last season, it's like a lot of them guys we didn't even utilize. Like,
Right.
what's the guy from that transfer from Louisville, Tyler Harrell?
Yeah.
Him, Eli Ricks.
12 days. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them guys, man. So I think at the end of the day, players want to play now, man. I feel like I don't see nothing wrong with it because I kind of understand. Some of them guys some of them guys I do wish they'd stick around just so I could see their potential while they at Alabama. But I understand like this ain't the college game that I was watching 5-10 years ago, man. It's a big thing, man. So I like it. I mean, it's essentially college football free agency. So what's not to love? But at the same time, I do wish some of them players would stick around. But hey, players want to play now, man. Players want to get paid with NIL now. Players just which I can understand, man. I can understand.
Well, okay. So last couple things for you. Number one, do you think Nick Saban is gone this year? Yes or no?
I want to say I hope not. I hope he's not. I like Saban.
Yeah.
I'm a Saban fan, man.
Right.
I've been hearing it. I want to say nah. I'm gonna say nah. It's been a lot of people talk about it. It depends on what it depends. I also think it depends on what he do this year. I want to say nah, so I'm gonna stick to no, but I know it's a possibility though.
Okay. And then, do you have a score prediction for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna go 31-28 Bama.
Ooh, man, he's got it close. What do you think, Cody?
I think it's going to be a little more separated with an LSU victory, but I'm going to save my score for my final thoughts tonight.
Okay, all right, okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, hey, Adam, I appreciate you coming on, man. I hope we didn't keep you too terribly long, and then I want you to enjoy the rest of your night, man.
Y'all good, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man. Thank you, George, and everybody. I thank you for having me, man. It's been a blessing, for real.
Yeah, absolutely. Where can people find you at on Facebook, Twitter?
The only thing I have is a Facebook, man. Adam,
okay.
My first and last name, Adam Stafford. That's all the social media I have.
Okay, all right, okay. So find him on Adam Stafford on Facebook, and he's with College Football Dawgs. So I'm sure we'll be seeing you more involved in that, right?
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Awesome,
all right,
man.
Adam. You have a great rest of your night, man. Take care.
All right, you fellas have a good night. I appreciate it.
You too, brother.
Catch you later.
There we have it.
Awesome.
Alabama LSU. He's got them winning 31-28. Put in the comments what you think the score is going to be, what you think the prediction is going to be. Either Alabama, LSU, what the score comment is. And then also, as always, please like, share, follow. Share this with your friends who loves college football. Man, we're getting some followers. We have 213 followers so far. Gained a few from Monday. I'm excited about that. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to hear from IcyBreeze, and then we'll get into our icebreakers. So let's hear from IcyBreeze, and we'll be right back.
IcyBreeze is the world's first portable air conditioner and cooler. A premium ice cooler that doubles as an eco-friendly portable air conditioner. This is not a swamp cooler, just blowing air across ice. Over 60 parts and components allow IcyBreeze to achieve what no other product in the world can do. The secret behind the IcyBreeze is an innovative design that circulates chilled ice water through a heat exchanger in the lid, replacing the Freon used in most ACs. Fresh air is drawn from hidden vents in the top of the cooler, pulled across the exchanger, and chilled down to 35 degrees cooler than the outside air. A 3-speed fan control delivers IcyBreeze's dry, cold air up to 25 miles per hour, just like a car AC. And a stay-put flex hose directs the breeze in any direction. Wherever you need it, IcyBreeze helps you beat the heat.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
All right, we are back. It always takes my computer just a split second longer before it'll unmute me. We are back. We just heard from Adam about LSU and Alabama. I don't see any comments yet, but put in your comment and your prediction in the comments. Alabama, LSU. Want to hear you from there. And we're gonna get in these icebreakers. I have a few things I want to show you guys. We may have some carryover from Monday. Go ahead.
While we're in icebreakers, and we've been talking about LSU and Alabama.
Yeah.
Can I go first?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sure. Go right ahead.
I don't know what you got to say.
All right. So I think LSU might be in trouble.
Okay.
Something happened. Something happened last night, and I'm very concerned about the LSU athletic program.
Okay.
The rally possum
on the field about the 15-yard line. He was not.
Escorted
out of the stadium.
What are you going to do down there in Baton Rouge? I mean, he was your lifeblood. The rally possum.
Well, yeah, but Arkansas has a rally possum too, though.
See,
so you have a rally coon.
I mean, technically, it did happen in the Arkansas LSU game. So I mean,
it did. GQ says 34-21 Bama. That's what he says.
So the reason they had to catch it is because look, it's getting cold down there, and we had to have some soup for the boys.
There you go.
Soup for the boys. There you go. Soup for the boys.
Gonna
make warm up Boston shirt tonight.
Cody, you want to do yours next?
Yeah. I've been scouring the webs the last few days, just kind of looking into the whole Michigan situation. And
yes,
I'm super entertained by it now.
Okay.
And the reason I'm so entertained is because you see so many different thought processes based on like regions of where people are from.
Right.
So pretty much in the South, it's pretty much like, who cares? I hate to say it, but that's pretty much where the mindset is down here.
Yeah.
You go out west and towards like California and all that, they want to crucify Michigan. You go to the state of Ohio, join the West Coast. They fully agree. You go like Northeast, they don't follow college football hardly at all, so they don't really care. Right. But man, like when it gets down to just that little region right there, I'm talking about, I've never seen a program get so much hate. And I'm just blown away by it. Like, obviously, I mean, if they're guilty of everything, it's one thing. But I do have to ask, though, did you guys happen to see the video that was released of that young staffer on Michigan's staff? They got busted for trying to meet up with some 13-year-old girls at the store.
Okay. I heard about that. What exactly was that about?
So, basically, it was one of those, like, pedo busters websites or whatever that they'll film it on their phone and put it on social media. And this guy, when I Googled his name, which for some reason it slipped in my brain, there's like this profile on him. He was on a podcast talking about how his goal was to be a head coach and all these things like that. Mm-hmm. These guys like planned out for him. When he got on video, though, he didn't look like he was all there. He had like a bottle of alcohol on him. I think he was in a Walmart.
Ooh, wow, really?
And he was like trying to set the liquor down, and he was just like his eyes were big, like he didn't know what to do. He was wearing Michigan attire, of all things.
Okay.
And so they busted him on. That's why he got let go. And so which I mean, rightfully so. That's just absolutely terrible. So I'm wondering if he is what was talked about by Hunter and Colin with us when we were on the show. About
possibly, yes.
And all that. I wonder if maybe that is actually the issue and it's not as deep as we thought it might be. But I saw that video and I was going to save it, but I just didn't feel like it'd be really worth playing on the show, to be perfectly honest.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was, it's an interesting situation for sure. Auburn versus Vanderbilt. Will Vandy beat Auburn? Can they do it? We're going to get that. We're going to get that. Thank you for whoever your Facebook user is. If you want your name to pop up, you have to click the video itself and like go into the video and then comment, because otherwise we have no idea who you are.
We apologize.
Just to let you know. We apologize. It's just StreamYard's thing. It's not that we're trying to be any kind of way, but That's what that's all about. But we will get to that here in a minute. Since we're on the Michigan thing, give me just 1 second here. I'm just adding something. There we go. I have a debate.
This is getting wild.
This is getting wild. I have a bet. Okay, it's Matt. All right, perfect. I have a debate for everyone tonight, and I want your input. I want everybody in the comments to show exactly what you think on this. Number one, I want to know if you think Michigan is guilty or not. Well, okay, Cody, we'll see in a minute. I want to know if you think that Michigan is guilty, yes or no. Put yes or no in the comments. I definitely want to know that. Number two, I'm going to show you a video and some pictures, and I want you to tell me, we're going to let you guys decide tonight if Connor Stallions is in Central Michigan gear or not, or if it's a totally different person. You tell me. I want comments. I want your guys' input, because we can debate amongst the three of ourselves, but I really want to know what you guys think. And so I'm going to show you this picture first. All right. I'm sure Cody will be back here in just a second. This picture here. All right. This is supposedly Connor Stallions and Connor Stallions, one in Michigan gear, one in Central Michigan gear. Put in the comments if you think this is the same dude. Yes or no. Because we're debating here, trying to figure out exactly if that's the case or not. I don't know if anybody is watching or whatever, but Chris, give me your 2 cents. Do you think it's the same person? Yes or no?
So if you look at the cheekbones and the cheeks, they are not the same. The guy in the Michigan gear has much fatter cheeks than the guy in the Central Michigan picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same guy.
JQ says same dude. Straight up same dude.
One's got a thin face, one's got a fat face. They're not the same guy.
Well, it's really going to convolute, and this is the thing. It's really going to convolute this here in just a second. Oh, Lord. Okay, he's having some kid issues. I understand that. So Cody will be back with us here in just a second. But I have I'm really going to get you here. So this guy over here in Central Michigan, I want you to tell me if it's this guy in the video. Now, you got to watch it. I'm going to play it a few times. Is this the same person or not?
5 yards holding. It's third down.
It's Michael Heltman.
Okay, I'm going to play it again. It's only like a 6-second clip. I'm going to play it again. Is it the guy in Central? Is it Connor Stallions over here on the right? Is this the same guy on the Central Michigan sideline Monday in the blizzard?
5 yards holding. It's third down.
It's Michael Heltman.
See, I just it absolutely doesn't look like that is the same guy. JQ says I saw a different angle earlier. They had the same head shape. Well, he says no.
Head shape isn't the thing here. It's their cheeks. Their cheeks are different. They can have the same shaped head.
Yeah.
But if the cheeks ain't the same, they ain't the same.
TJ says, in the words of my 10-yard out co-host Tyler Baker, those cheaters up north. So they believe that they are guilty. And so we'll see. But no, it doesn't appear. See, Tony, no, it doesn't appear to be the same in the face. In the video is fatter. Thank you. I said, this is my opinion on this. The guy in the video is not the same guy in Central Michigan garb on the right-hand side, because the guy in the video looks like he's about 40 or 50 pounds heavier. Do you agree with that? Because that's about what I see. So if you want to say these two guys aren't the same guys, you can't say that the guy on the right is the same as the guy in the video either. So I'm just in agreement that we have no idea who these people are. And everything is, I hate everything. That's until we get a straight answer from somebody, because there is still an investigation going on at CMU. There's still an investigation going on in Michigan. Connor Stallions has officially been fired from the University of Michigan today. That did come out. That was an official thing. And so until they get all the stuff lined out or whatever, this is all a convoluted big mess. And it appears that Big Ten officials have met, and other teams have met. We know that there's proof that they want something to happen because they feel that Michigan has some kind of unfair advantage, obviously in the sign department. Connor Stallions have been started working at the local drive-thru at Wendy's. Yes, would not surprise me at all. I actually have. Let's see if I can find this real quick. This is pretty funny. I'm going to share this with you here. Here, rumors that Connor Stallions stole a Minnesota uniform and played QB against Michigan to intentionally play bad and lose the game. He finished the day 5 of 15 with 52 yards and 2 interceptions. You can't tell me that's not funny. His shift supervisor is Elvis. Yeah, right, exactly. I mean, how crazy. So, and there's another one too. This one here is also amazing. I bet he's thinking of other women. I really hope the Texas Tech Possum is doing okay. Enhance. Oh, look at there. It's Connor Stallions. These memes, man. They're just getting better and better. Oh my goodness. So with that being said, I do have a few other things here. Let me show you this. We showed this Monday night. Colorado State really got a 15-yard penalty for fans throwing snowballs. If you didn't see that, that was probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Joe Biden is greater than Chris. Okay. I'm pretty sure Chris can think a little bit better than him. Did I say that on the air? I did. You see something new in college football every week. Yeah, that was weird. The video, it was very interesting to say the least. This one absolutely gets me tickled. Dabo Sweeney goes off on fans. Maybe we need to lose a few games and lighten up the bandwagon. There's a live picture of the bandwagon. Yeah, we saw that Clemson lost to a very non-offensive team, NC State, over the week, and that was a very interesting loss. Nobody saw that coming. So here's their bandwagon. And in one thing that we talked about we didn't show, tell Steve Smith, this is NC State's head coach, Dave Doran, tell Steve Smith in the studio, this ain't a basketball school. He can kiss my ass after the Wolfpacks win over Clemson. Apparently, and Chris, I think you remember this, is there was I guess one of the announcers said something to the effect of that, NC State is just a basketball school or something of that nature. Is that right?
Yeah, he said they were waiting on basketball season. So
odd. Obviously not. If they put the hurting on Clemson, who is now 4-4, and Dabo Sweeney, I don't have the video, but he went off on a fan at one of the local.
For 6 minutes, he broke it off on him.
Yeah, he did. If this organization wants me gone, I guess I'll go somewhere where I'm appreciated or something. It was a big mess. People think that it's
he told the guy, if you think he can do a better job, I'll get you the application and
apply for the job yourself. Yep, that's exactly what he said. I love this one. This one cracks me up. Bryson Barnes, it's the graphics guy who tacked on most in FBS and graphic deserves a raise. Grew up raising approximately 12,000 pigs, most in FBS. I'm gonna say it's gonna be safe to say that nobody else has a graphic like this. Oh, look here, Tony Thomas, breaking news. Connor Stallions is the next head coach at Michigan State, and that's gonna happen there. So that's an interesting deal there. That would be a little more believable than this Urban Meyer stuff. Have you seen that? It's something about breaking that Urban Meyer will be the next head coach at Michigan State. That just blows my mind. I don't think this one here though. Tulsa got absolutely destroyed by SMU. I don't think I've ever seen a more lopsided deal except from a few games in the SEC, but it was 52-3 with 4:37 left in the second quarter. Stallions was on a losing clock. Oh my gosh, Tony, I love you, dude. You that brain of yours can come up with everything. But I love it. Stop, he's already dead from The Simpsons. I mean, I haven't watched the highlights myself. I haven't actually looked at it. Have you watched this, Chris? Have you seen this?
On the Tulsa game?
game, yeah. So I mean, I don't know how, unless there's multiple turnovers, there's multiple different situations. This is what we're talking about, Cody. SMU destroying Tulsa 52-3 with 4:37 left in the second quarter.
When was this game the other day?
This game was last weekend. Yeah, this game was.
Notice this.
I don't know. I don't know how we didn't notice this. It is wild. Stallions is the voice of Hank Hill on. Oh, dadgummit, Bobby. Propane and propane accessories.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, boy.
That's really good.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I don't want no charcoal. All right, now this here, I have to dig on my own team. Still waiting on a win.
Look different.
Huh?
I've seen this graphic look a little bit different.
I've seen this graphic look a little bit different too. I don't know where the other one is that you guys fixed. But this is Arkansas still waiting on their win. Because they are 2-6. Big Ten backers in the house. Look at this. Cody, Vandy, and George for a Friday night talking about King of the Hill. Life don't get much better. I know, right? If Stallions left you his tickets for the rest of the season, I'm coming to a game with you, buddy.
Don't forget the cameras.
That's right. Don't forget the cameras. I haven't forgot about them. I got something here in just a second for them as well. If I can find it.
Who does Arky play this week?
Arky plays Florida.
Oh.
Arky plays Florida in Florida, and we will see how that goes. Who knows? They've dumbed down the playbook. Arkansas's got the number 2 defense in the SEC, supposedly. So if they can shut down Graham Mertz, they'll have a chance.
I mean, they shut down Mississippi State, and we saw how that worked out.
Well, yeah, but we also got rid of our Achilles heel, which was Dan Enos, and supposedly the team has their spirit back. We will see. I'll go back to that. We will see. We will see that come to fruition tomorrow. This right here, they win costumes of the year at Texas A&M. Ricky Bobby and Cal Naughton Jr. in not Arlington, College Station. For the game. Those are great costumes. Those are great costumes. The last signature on the Declaration of Independence is Connor Stallions. Vanny Chris loves all the comments. Yes, he does. And so so what do you guys think about this? Is that not the best Halloween costume ever?
It really is.
I mean, that's just ridiculous. And what's funny is the guy in front kind of looks like Will Ferrell.
He really does.
He really does. He's got the sideburns and everything. You talking about going all out. Shake and bake. I know, right? Shake and bake, boy.
That's probably the highlight of A&M season right there.
That's right. These guys are doing it right. I wonder, what is this drink? Is that one of their sponsors on there? Because if that's one of the sponsors from the movie, that's going even above and beyond.
That looks like that's a Coors, I think.
Coors, yeah.
Well, it
That's-
ain't Powerade.
No, it ain't Powerade.
It ain't Rogue Energy either.
And then we talked about this Monday. Tech, please explain to me what is happening here. Big Tim backers, Michigan had just posted a job opening, traveling video game coordinator. Sounds like the name of the NCAA investigation. Shake and bake. They are drinking Rogue Energy. Yeah, right. They sure are. That's right, Colin. She's hot. Boy, let me tell you. I mean, to each his own. But Stallions is new head of officiating for Big Ten. Look at this. She should play for. Oh man, I love it. I love it. Look, I don't know what's happening here, but I mean, I said it on Monday night. I'm gonna repeat it tonight. If you just would have shaved the armpits, nobody would have said a word. Nobody would have known nothing. It doesn't matter what gender you are. It doesn't matter what. Nobody would have questioned a thing. But instead, you had to raise your arms and let the world see what they have hiding underneath.
I mean, Madonna became an American icon having 2-inch armpit hair.
Lord have mercy. Just interesting there. Let's and then last but not least, because it is November. She's out of Verizon's comfort zone, right?
She got a head start on No Shave November.
Yeah, right, exactly. Is that a he, she, it? Oh Lord. Hey, you be the judge of that. I'm not. I am not gonna be doing that. Stallions, put a camera in there. In the pits. I mean, golly. Holy cow. I am loving tonight. This is great. These comments are excellent. But this here, I saw somebody post this today, and I just had to. This right here.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I saw a TikTok today of a guy that was dressed he's dressed like a vampire, and he's like running, just and he runs and shuts the door, and he like tries to lock it, and it's like banging. Somebody's banging on the door. And he's like, no, it's still Halloween. He's like, I don't give a lot for Christmas. He's like, no. He's like, no, but Thanksgiving's before Christmas. Not yet, please. And by the end of it, of course, he's dancing and such. So this is absolutely the embodiment of what November is right here. Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You. Me trying to enjoy life. Yes, absolutely. November 1st hits. There was an ad put. She has gone all out with her PR campaign, because now there's an ad floating around everywhere of her being defrosted by people in Halloween garb. Defrosting her. And then she comes out, it's time. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's
now,
not time.
Can you guys at least name these two guys in the picture?
I can.
Is that Macho Man Savage jumping?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I have no idea what the guy is. That looks like.
I know who it is.
No, I don't know who that bottom guy is. Is that? It kind of looks like Van Damme, but I don't think that's who that is. I don't know who the bottom one is. I know who the top one is. I have no idea.
I will give you a hint.
Okay.
Tony told you.
Oh, it is. Oh my gosh. I knew that,
man.
Listen, I knew that, but the thing is that the face got me. I haven't looked at a picture of Bret Hart in years.
I have his poster on my wall.
Bret the Hitman Hart. You're right. My bad. I'm sorry. I do know a little bit about wrestling, but I don't follow it anymore.
Okay. You know a little bit about wrestling, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me what Randy Macho Man Savage did before he became a wrestler.
I know this.
I do not know. What I have no idea. He played baseball.
He played for the Cincinnati Reds, yes.
Joe did. Mr. Pop.
Okay, I didn't know that. I lied. I didn't know that. I just forgot about it. Bret Hitman Hart, best there is, best there ever will be. Yes. Stallions
Best
is
there
actually
was,
Kane.
best there ever will be. Come on.
Stallions is actually Kane.
He's the mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee.
He is.
Kane is?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kane is the mayor of Knoxville,
Yes,
Tennessee.
in real life, yes.
Yeah, his name's Glenn
I
Jacob.
did not know that.
Yep.
Yeah, baseball Reds. They know. Big Ten backers know. Hey, look, I'm not a wrestling head like everybody else. I watched it. I lived and breathed it for a little bit. Yes, I can read. It just wasn't up yet.
I'll tell you another one.
What?
There's a well-known wrestler that was a college basketball player that got kicked off of his college basketball team because he choke slammed the coach.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know this one. Who's that?
Big Sexy.
Kevin
really?
Nash?
Kevin
Yes.
Nash did
Is that
that?
really what he did? I did not know he did that.
Kevin Nash choke slammed Don DeVoe at the University of Tennessee.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Wow.
I did not know that at all. I had no idea.
Yep.
No clue on that one.
A lot of college football players end up professional wrestlers, so.
Right.
And there was another wrestler back in the 80s. He posed as a German and went by the name of Otto Vance.
Why do I know that name?
And later on, he became somebody else. But originally, he was a University of Colorado offensive lineman.
Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Huh.
Wow.
Bill Goldberg played Georgia.
His son is a preferred walk-on. He's going to be going to Bama next year.
Chris, your dreams are shattered. The Stallions is actually the Bones Coffee chick.
Oh no. The
Bone
cheekbones
the
don't
Big
match.
Tony.
The cheekbones don't match.
No, they do not. No, they do not. Speaking of, I don't have. Well, I guess we'll play this one. I don't have the new one, but we'll hear something from Bones Coffee, and then we'll get into Bone Crushers here in just a second.
What's the difference between these two identical cups of coffee? Everything. Everything. Boring, basic coffee is leaving you dead inside. Thank the Dark Lord, there's Bones Coffee. Small batch, full-bodied coffee infused with the most mind-melting flavors in the world. Or underworld.
Oh, I've had flavored coffee
Oh, I've
before.
had coffee before. You haven't had Welcome to the highly caffeinated, slightly wicked, and immortally delicious world of Bones. Our mad coffee scientists have twisted nature to their demented wills.
It's alive!
With frightfully delicious flavors like from dusk till donuts,
It's a taste I can really sink my teeth into.
Mint Invaders,
I don't mean to probe, but how did you make this coffee taste like ice cream?
and Electric Unicorn.
Like eating fruity cereal. Yeah!
At Bones Coffee, we'll try just about every flavor combo out there.
Cannolis, salted pretzels, strawberry cheesecake.
The ones we love are made into small batches, roasted to order, and delivered directly to you. But the others... Rest in peace, Beanfish. We've got over 30 killer concoctions. So French press that link to find your new favorite coffee. There's more to life than pumpkin spice. But yeah, we smashed that pumpkin too. We also have comforting classic coffee if the flavored stuff is too scary. At Bones, our beans are complex and multidimensional.
I have opinions.
Which makes for rich, smooth, jaw-droppingly good Joe. Stop drinking hot bean water and resurrect your caffeine routine. You can Bones at home, Bones at work, or Bones during your commute. Go to bonescoffee.com and check out our thousands of spooktacular 5-star reviews. If committing to one flavor gives you the heebie-jeebies, try our sample packs, a shocking selection of our most hauntingly delicious blends. Or join the coffee club and get new flavors delivered as often as you'd like. It's time to break from boring. Click the link to get yourself a bag of bones today.
I will be drinking some Bones coffee in the morning.
Okay. Got it again.
Yo, what's going on? This is Jacob Hester, former LSU running back, here to tell you about a brand new college football podcast, the Golden Boot Podcast. Give it a listen, give it a try, give it a follow. They're going to work hard to be your new favorite podcast.
You're listening to the Golden Boot Podcast. Stay golden.
All right, we are back. It is time for Bone Crushers. Okay, but you got to read your card there.
All right. Pornhub offered Stallions $100K to be their new cameraman. My source 247.
I love it. It is time for Bone Crushers. I'm sure that you guys have some cold hard truths. Cody, what do you got tonight?
Man, it's time to discuss it.
Let's do it.
The SEC's dominance is starting to come back.
The SEC's dominance is starting to come back, huh?
Whether people like it or not. The mighty are falling, and the kings are rising.
Yeah.
Georgia's looking good. Bama's looking good. LSU's starting to look good. I mean, Tennessee looks Kentucky's a letdown, but that's okay.
Yeah.
The teams are starting to rise. You got Missouri sticking out. Florida's playing semi-decent.
Yeah.
Get ready. As the clock is ticking, these teams are dropping like flies. The SEC is going up. Because what SEC has, 6 teams in the top 25?
Yeah.
So it's going to stay that way. And get ready, because in the next few weeks, it's about to be some interesting conversations happening, because big game tomorrow, LSU pulls that out, and there's a whole different football conversation.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can agree with you there. That's a cold hard truth there. That's a bone crusher. Chris, what you got tonight?
You would ask.
I would.
So I'm just gonna go off. Clark Lee, if you're trying to pull a fast one, you need to lose your freaking job.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, should we go ahead and bring it up then? We might, since you brought it up, might as well. This could be our bone crusher tonight. Yep. Look here. So there's a little controversy going on here. Chris, explain to us what Vandy's trying to pull.
So I think Clark Lee's trying to get away with not playing AJ Swan the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And then using the excuse that a bruised elbow was a season-ending injury where they can use a medical red shirt on AJ Swan. I mean, a bruised elbow is not going to keep you out of competition.
Right.
I don't care what he says.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to put your best players on the team out there on the field to win your ball games, you're fired.
Yeah.
So that's my cold hard truth. Clark Lee, you're on thin ice with me, buddy.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
He's been on thin ice with you for a while. I don't know what the strategy is here. I don't know if he just wants to make himself look like he's doing something to the unseen public eye. But it's just very, very strange. Stop staring at me, Swan. Stop staring at me, Swan. Speaking of Big Ten backers, my Bone Crusher, I think they win probably costume of the year with this. I want to bring this up here. You've seen their profile picture? Oh yeah, I think so. So we got to get them on because I want to hear the backstory on this.
You know what's even better about that?
What?
Is that shirt has gone viral on Twitter.
Yes, it has. Yes. Yeah.
They're advertising that shirt on Twitter now.
That is so awesome. That is so awesome. These are our good buddies, AJ and Steve, from Big Ten Backers. These guys are great. Check them out on College Football Dogs. Check them out on Big Ten Backers podcast. But they went dressed up with this and had a camera and everything, and this thing went viral. They were all over the Jumbotron. Everybody in the stands was laughing. Now the shirt's trending on Twitter. Boy, you guys better be selling these daggum things because you make a fortune right now.
Absolutely.
But Monday I wanted to put this up, and I could not find this daggum picture to save my life. And then you had it posted on your profile picture, and I had no idea until you commented. So I felt like so I stole it tonight and threw it in here, and I was like, okay, we're talking about it. But I mean, kudos to y'all. Y'all are great. We'll have you on the show. Because man, this just made my entire week when I saw this. It's just great. So there you go. That is the dress up of the year right here in my opinion. Stallions is actually Joe Biden. Hey, now that I could agree with.
Stallions is too smart for that one.
For real.
Nope. Did I go there?
We appreciate you guys. Here they are. Here's their explanation. Players were laughing. Even got the DC of Ohio State to get a pick. Jim Knowles is king. That's awesome, man. I live vicariously through these guys, right? Because I don't have the means to travel these games, but you better best believe if I was running with them, I would do the exact same thing.
For sure.
Right.
Oh man, I just absolutely love it. So kudos to y'all. All the best to you. We'll definitely get you on here. I appreciate you coming in and commenting tonight. That makes me very happy. So we're running quick here. We're going Bone Crushers through real fast. Let's get into our picks and get into what's going on in the Gridiron, and let's get this started. This week on the Gridiron. Here we go. I almost forgot we had a new one, sponsored by Verizon Wireless. I'm excited about that as well.
For sure.
All right, Cody, take it away. You've got the reins, my friend. Let's get into our first game of the night. I'm going to turn this banner off that way everybody can see.
All right,
and we're going to go to the top.
Boom. All right, here we go. Go to the game Chris is looking forward to: Mississippi State and Kentucky.
I actually think this is a very interesting game.
It is.
So
big love, man. Big love.
Mississippi State has a very bad pass defense.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they have a new quarterback.
Yeah.
Mr. Mike Wright, who knows a thing or two about Kentucky.
It's true.
In fact,
it's true.
Mike Wright beat Kentucky last year.
Yeah.
In Lexington. Was the first Vanderbilt SEC win in like 3 years. And he did it on the road against a better team.
Yeah.
And Kentucky doesn't normally play well against Mississippi State. Something weird always happens in that game.
Yeah.
I think if Kentucky, my opinion is if Kentucky don't win this game, they're not going to a bowl.
Okay.
And I actually have Kentucky on upset alert.
Okay.
JQ in with off the hate. Chris is a UK hater. All exclamation parts. Can't stand Ray Davis coming here.
So let me address that. I have no problem with Ray Davis going to Kentucky. Love Ray Davis as a dude.
Yeah.
He's got his degree from Vanderbilt. The only reason he left Vanderbilt was for grad school.
Right.
What I didn't like was that he wanted to trash the city that he just spent 4 years in.
Oh, sure.
On his way out. Dude, just shut your mouth and go about your business. Simple as that. And I actually loved it when C.J. Taylor just punked his ass and set him down.
That was a good hit.
Yeah.
So are you going to outright pick Mississippi State to win this game?
Playing at home, I'm picking Mississippi State.
Okay. What about you, George?
Well, I'm with GQ. I think Kentucky wins. Maybe not that much, but I'm going to say 21-17 Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah. Chris has got me thinking, but I'm going to go the safe pick. I'm going to take Kentucky, but would not be surprised at an upset.
Challenge accepted, Jacques.
It's GQ.
I picked Kentucky to win all 4 of their first 4 games.
It's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you did.
All right.
Do I dare pick the Packers? The only thing Kentucky is good for is I mean, I'll show it. Sorry this is a family show usually, but oh goodness, Jesus.
I'm moving to Kentucky.
I know, right?
All right, next
Wildcats.
game we are going to go with will be Bedlam.
Ooh, I like this one. This one has been looked at all year long. Oklahoma coming off a loss from Kansas. The only thing is that
Stutzman, by the way.
Huh?
No Danny Stutzman, their star linebacker.
No Danny Stutzman or Stutzman?
I call him Stutzman.
Okay.
It could be Stutzman, but I call him
I don't know. It's probably both.
Well, around here we have the Amish, and the Amish go by Stutzman.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. Just, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be an interesting game. Tony says Ollie Gordon runs through the Sooners like Patton's Third Army.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy cow! Cowboys eliminate the Sooners. Boy, there's a lot of people there that think Oklahoma wins the last Big 12 Bedlam. There you go. So, my opinion, and I'll say this real quick, and I'll let y'all go before I forget it because I would forget it. Since Oklahoma is coming off a loss, I don't know what their record is coming off a loss, but to me that hurts Oklahoma State because Oklahoma is going to be more motivated to come into this one. If it was a thing where they just blew out Kansas, come in, unsuspecting, we're just going to breeze right through Oklahoma State. Whoa!
Oklahoma State beat Kansas.
They did beat Kansas, so there is something there. I think it's going to be a very close game, and I have it winning by a field goal. Go ahead, Chris.
So about 6 weeks ago, I did an article on College Football Dawgs about fan bases that needed to enter the transfer portal.
Yep.
And I actually put Oklahoma State's fans in there.
Right.
Because they were sitting at like 2-4 or whatever their record was, 2-3. They were not good. Mike Gundy looked like he was trying to throw the season, refusing to play certain players. And, well, I think Mike Gundy got word of my article and took heed.
You're right.
Since that time, they have absolutely turned it around.
They have.
Look like a completely different football team. Oklahoma State wins this going away. I'm going to give it about a 10-point win for the Cowboys.
Would be absolutely crazy.
Got to say it right. The Cowpokes.
The Cowpokes. Yeah, that would be absolutely crazy if Oklahoma State pulls this out, man. I love Stallions is actually Mike Gundy's mullet. Stallions is in the portal. Stallions is hiding in the goal. This is going to be a thing, I swear. where it's just going to be a Stallions thing or whatever. Oh man. Well, I understand that, man. I get that. That's no bueno there. Let me see if I can figure out how he was doing this real quick. Yeah, there we go. All right. So next game, we'll do this here. South Carolina. Oh my gosh. USC versus Washington, reigning Heisman versus front runner. That is a heck of a daggum game. I think. How do you think this one's going to fare out, Chris?
So that's a dangerous one.
It is a dangerous one. I mean, both teams have suspect defense.
If USC loses, that's 3 losses for them.
Yep.
And I think at 3 losses with the amount of talent that USC has, I think you start wondering if there's a little pressure on Lincoln Riley.
Well, I mean, I think they're already
getting warm.
Yeah. I think there already is pressure, and I don't think necessarily the chair's getting warm. I think there's already pressure there because there's rumors of him leaving to go to the NFL, all that stuff. So it's going to be, is he going to be focused enough for this game? In my mind, this is a must win for USC to even get back on the right track, to even have a successful season. I mean, there's just so much hype, around the team, around Caleb Williams. This is his time to shine, his time to, beat the front runner, and kind of get back on track. Just a big deal there. JQ says, Vandy, Chris, you didn't pick Vandy to beat UK because I distinctly remember you saying Vandy had better positional groups across the board.
Yes, that was game 5.
That was game 5. He also says last ball possession wins USC Washington. Yeah, I agree with that. It's going to be an offensive slaughter. Stallions' punishment is get beat by the battle people. Over under should be 90. That's probably the best comment right there. This game could be a quadruple overtime game of just a back and forth rain of points all the way down from the top. I mean, if Caleb Williams is as good as everyone says, he single-handedly shouldn't allow a third loss. Right. I agree with that. And that's the deal. Troy is watching and editing. That Grinch seat is ashes. Okay. Alex Grinch. All right. And I know that we have talked a lot about this guy. I don't understand. Arkansas made a decision in the middle of the season to fire offensive coordinator. Why won't Lincoln Riley fire this dude? This dude single-handedly has this offense one of the worst in the country, and they're consistently looking like one of the worst defenses in the country. No change, no difference, no shake-up, nothing. So I mean, if they lose this game, do you think he's finally done?
He's got to be.
I mean, there's no way. If they lose this game, especially if they lose this game badly, he's got to be done. I mean, there's just no way. Washington wins. SC would promote Grinch. SC Washington wins 53-50. Yeah, that's not a bad score prediction. The squeaky commode door gets the grease, Commodore. The USC defense will just stay at the hotel. Agree, Tony. Penix loves LA. Yep, the Penix. That's their coin term. Instead of Penix, it's the Penix. Grinch. That bitch ain't real. Oh man, funny. Alex Grinch is the mayor of Whoville. Ball State, Eastern Kentucky, Akron, then Vandy, unless Google is wrong. So JQ's got it out for you tonight, Chris. My Lord. So anyway, I'm going to say that this is probably going to come down to I agree. Whoever has the last ball, whoever has the last possession wins. And it's not even close. But man, just an interesting turn of events for sure.
So on that,
go ahead.
Kentucky was Vanderbilt's 5th game.
Yep.
I picked them to win every game up to the Vandy point.
Sure.
I don't know why it's an argument. They do this every freaking year. They start out 5-0, and then they go on a losing skid.
And then somehow they look miraculous
if they get to a bowl game. It's every year. Anyway.
Yeah.
Kansas State wins this game.
Okay. Well, so before we even get started, Kansas State wins this game. Can Texas keep winning without Ewers?
No.
Kansas State is playing good ball. I know they had that loss to Missouri, but Missouri we found out, is a very good team this year. I cannot believe I'm saying that. Again, this is the twilight zone of college football. Oh man. We'll get to that here in a minute, Matt. Speaking of Ball State, bring that cheerleader pick back. The jury is still out for that. Can Texas keep winning without Ewers? I think it's going to be tough. I think Kansas State is playing good ball. I think Texas is very suspect right now. But it remains to be seen. If they do pull it out, it's going to be very close. I'll take the bait. I will take Kansas State in this one to send Texas packing. So put your comments on what you think is going to happen. Is Kansas State going to take it? Texas going to take it? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I got Kansas State winning this. I just think they're a better team.
You think they're a better team all the way around?
Yeah. I've thought that all year.
Yeah. Let's get into Ole Miss and A&M. Let's get into one of our SEC matchup. Jimbo has not won a ranked road game since 2016. Oof. Now this is a very tough team to go against too, because Ole Miss is firing on all cylinders. And my wife would be very happy that I'm saying that right now. Let's see. K-State is hot. Here comes his comments. Right. K-State is hot, 82-3 against the last two opponents. K-State loses. Kentucky needs more than Ray Davis in the running game. Jumbo Shrimp is boiled. There you go. So Jimbo runs into dinner's done. Jimbo has not won a ranked road game since 2016. And I don't think that changes. I don't think A&M has the team to match up to Ole Miss. I know Ole Miss's defense has been suspect, but I don't think A&M's offense is going to be able to hang with Jackson Dart and Ole Miss.
But you know what's really weird about that Ole Miss defense?
Let's see. What is it?
It won the game for them against Auburn.
Yeah.
Hearing Lane Kiffin talk about that, that's the first time in his career that he relied on his defense to go win a game instead of doing it offensively.
JQ says, Jimbo going to join Saban's staff after he gets fired? Ooh. No, I don't think Saban. No, I don't think it'll be Saban. He'll be joining. Because I personally don't see Nick Saban being here much longer.
Well, not only that, but after all the hubbub the last 2 years between the two.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's too much of a hothead anyway. And they're two alpha male personalities. You can't get them in the same room without killing each other. Lane Kitten and Jumbo Shrimp in the SEC undercard. I love it. Jimbo is hiring Grinch to save the day. Lord have mercy. I think Ole Miss is going to walk away with this one. They may keep it close to the third quarter, and then Ole Miss just runs away. What do you think, Chris?
I think Ole Miss wins it comfortably.
Yeah. I didn't think that there would be much to that one at all. Let's go to this one here. UCLA and Arizona. This is going to be an interesting one. Can we go ahead and put, if there was a I don't know, like a second team Heisman situation, can we put Fafita at the top of that list? Instead, you have your first team Heisman, Penix and Jaden and all them. But I would say if we had a second team Heisman, man, this Fafita dude, this guy has turned Arizona's season all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is just insane how this guy has. Matt says Kentucky beats Mississippi State. The visitors, Big Ten says the visitors always lose in the Pac Dome. Yeah. Arizona has turned into a place to play. And I do not think UCLA has enough to combat Fafita. If they're clicking on all cylinders, Arizona's going to play street ball, and that's what they play. I mean, what do you think, Chris? How do you think it's going to fare out?
Well, I think Arizona wins this game. I've never bought UCLA this year.
Yeah.
And what I've seen out of Arizona, especially against higher level competition like USC,
right,
Washington, the likes, they're just. I think they've got what it takes to get it done at home against the Bruins. Nick Fafita absolutely has saved their season. Who knew?
It's insane. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I will say this till I die, but this is truly the Twilight Zone year of college football. I mean, it's just it's crazy. UCLA does have that chipped up D, though. I agree. And UCLA looked like a very dominant defense against Colorado. Arizona's a different monster. It's pretty crazy, but I mean, this type of offense that Arizona is floating about and stuff like that, it just there's no roof for them. There's no ceiling for them.
Oh, wait a minute. I need some clarification here.
Okay, what?
So he's saying they have a chipped up D.
What does that mean? Does that mean somebody's hurt?
Are they wearing microchips in their helmets? Is that
best 5-3 team in the nation?
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first on the Golden Boot podcast. UCLA's wearing microchips in their helmets on defense.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. Matt says Alabama will beat LSU hands down. You missed it. We talked about that earlier, but appreciate your input. Best 5-3 team in the nation. Yeah, I would not argue with that. It's mind-boggling. Yes, sir. Preparing for the Big Ten. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they got to wear microchips to keep Stallions from taking their signals.
That's it. So yeah, I actually have Arizona pull out a win at home. And what do you think?
Arizona wins. I have no question about that.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this one. Auburn and Vandy. Is Clark Lee pulling a fast one? We talked about that earlier. Auburn somehow found some offense in the middle of chaos, but it was against Mississippi State. Let's be honest.
Right.
Vandy has been playing a little better. They haven't been turning the ball over all that much.
Yeah, not turning the ball over, but now they can't score.
But now they can't score. And now we already talked about it. They're supposedly playing two different quarterbacks, one of which we have never seen before.
Yeah, actually, we saw Walter Taylor last week, and he run over the Ole Miss linebacker.
Well, that's that 6'7" guy or whatever.
6'7" lefty.
Yeah, he reminds me of an Arkansas quarterback from years back. I can't remember his name, but he transferred out. George, are you related to Mel Tucker? No, I am not. The Special Olympics game of the year or game of the week. God.
And here's another hot take.
Yeah.
So yesterday,
it ain't spelled like that, bro. It's HANC.
It came out. There was an interview done with Elijah McAllister.
Yeah.
He's a former Vanderbilt player that is a grad transfer at Auburn.
Right.
And he said something to the effect that all the guys at Vanderbilt are his friends, and it's going to be good to go to Nashville and get a win.
Yeah.
The number one rule is don't give your opponent bulletin board material.
Right. Yeah, you just don't do that.
Don't write checks that, this
Right.
is a game that Vanderbilt could very well win.
Yeah.
And here's my take. If
Yep.
that doesn't fire up the entire freaking team, get out of Nashville, get off my football team. You
Or
have
your
no
signs.
business here.
Oh, man.
And then something interesting, C.J. Taylor, who's one of the best linebackers in the country. Many people have said this, that have actually watched him play. He sat out last week with an injury. And he posted about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
Remember how everybody doubted me.
Yeah. Interesting.
Is he playing tomorrow? And if he does, I like my chances.
JQ says, in honor of Kenny the Eagle not busting a blood vessel before the Iron Bowl meltdown, I'm taking Auburn. Matt says UCLA will beat Arizona. He's behind us. Vandy still plays football? Question mark. How dumb is it to give another team bulletin board material? How have they never learned? I agree. I know. I don't understand why you would do that. They're under renovations beef. Ray Davis was accused of saying the same thing about Kentucky, Chris. I don't know what that's about. Is Vandy's scoreboard still held up by cranes?
So actually, in the south end zone, yes, it's held up by cranes because it's a construction zone and they don't have anything to hold it up right now.
Sure.
However, if you look at the north end zone,
yep,
that facility is really starting to take shape. It's actually looking like something now, and I'm happy with the progress.
Yeah. So let's go to let's go to the weekend. This should get some comments flowing through. The Battle of the Cocks. You have the Jacksonville State Gamecocks, and
you got to time out.
I know. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And the South Carolina, I haven't forgotten, and the South Carolina Gamecocks. And in honor of that, I think it is very fitting.
Before you get to that, can I address this comment?
Well, sure. What's the comment?
The great planning. Just look to the north. Well, here's the thing. Everybody talks about the construction at Vanderbilt. It's gone on at every school during the season in the SEC, and nobody ever said a word until it's Vanderbilt.
Yep. Peter North versus Ron.
So you either want us to update our facilities, or you're going to cry that we are.
Right.
You can't have it both ways.
All right. So here let's this is very fitting for what we're just about to talk about. Here you go.
Yum, yum, get you some. Yum, yum, get you some. Yum, yum, get you some. Yum, yum, get you some.
Gano seasoning, food's favorite flavor.
Yum, yum, get you some.
I'm Joe Burrito, your favorite burrito. Whoa.
Joe,
hey.
We all know you're the best.
What?
You can always do better. Try the new Dano's Hot Chipotle.
Hey. Ooh, that's spicy. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum, get you some.
I love it. You got to have the dancing chickens.
It's the dancing naked chickens.
It is the dancing naked chickens. Yes. So this is the Battle of the Cocks, boy. I know. I'm gonna have a yeah. Cocks. I mean, yeah. Sure. But Jacksonville State taking on South Carolina. Who do you have in this one?
I'm going to shock the world.
Oh, you're going to say Jacksonville State, huh?
South Carolina with 19 players on the injured list.
Cody, you take care of your kids, man. It's all good. He's got a couple kids that are throwing up, so I don't blame him one bit. But everybody tell Cody we enjoyed him. So go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, 19 players on the injured list. I'm taking Jacksonville State to upset them.
Jacksonville State to upset them. Man, Andrew would be very upset, but he wouldn't. I don't think he would. He would really be surprised. Hunter says cockfighting is completely legal. That does not surprise me, GQ. Where are the Beavers at? Not in this game. Not in this game. And look, Cody with the best comment here. Cox win. It's true. The Fighting Rich Rods. Yeah. I don't even know where to even go with this. I haven't seen one game from Jacksonville State. South Carolina's offense or not offense. Their offense. They don't have an offensive line. So I don't know how this is going to play out, but one thing is for certain: Cox win, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely. All right, let me get to our final game of the evening. One that I think is actually going to be a very good ball game. We cannot go on without saying this is where we get serious. First off, put in the comments. I want to know if you think this being the matchup to watch all year was on your radar, because it certainly wasn't on mine. It definitely wasn't on Chris's, and it certainly wasn't on Cody's. Nobody, and I mean nobody, saw Mizzou coming out and actually challenging Georgia for the East. Because if you would have said that at the beginning of the season, I'd have laughed you out of the daggum room. But here we are, Missouri in Athens, Georgia, no Brock Bowers. They looked pretty dominant last week. Does Missouri have enough to hang with them, or is this a blowout? Because there's a lot of people that say this is just going to be a blowout in Athens. What do you think, Chris?
Remember last year, it was Georgia trailed for the majority of the game last year at Missouri. And Missouri can put up points.
Yeah.
I think Georgia's the better team. But if there was a team that could possibly upset Georgia, it would be Missouri. Just because of the way they're built on offense. Yep.
And I said it earlier. We were talking about a second, like if we did a second team Heisman. I think Cody Schrader has put himself in a position to be considered one of the best running backs in the league. And certainly in the SEC. That boy has surprised the heck out of me. He came out of nowhere. And he looks like Christian McCaffrey just blowing up people and stiff arming and the cutbacks. I mean, this kid can play.
And he was a walk-on at a JUCO.
Yep, he was a walk-on at a JUCO and came out of nowhere. But now we see Georgia had some dominant defense last week, and they're playing better. Carson Beck and everything else. Luther Burden, a very notable wide receiver for Missouri. There's some high caliber players in this matchup. Yeah. And I wonder, we saw Georgia falter at the beginning of the season with their defense. I know that they're looking a lot more dominant, but if Missouri can run the ball on them and consistently get one first down, another first down, another first down, another first down, and move the chains, man, this might be a long game for Georgia. But if they come out and start having 17 different false starts, like tends to happen in Athens with every opponent, doesn't matter who they are, that comes into Georgia, it's going to be a long day for Missouri. I'm going to watch this game very intently because I really want to see how they stack up. There's a lot of comments here. Drinkowitz is a schoolgirl. Georgia is always on the Athens Police Department's radar. There's some truth in that. Carson Beck, Luther Burden should be first team Heisman finalist. That guy is one heck of a receiver. Absolutely. Heisman, Big Ten backers say CBS got all the games this week. Don't dare change the channel. Right. Georgia red zone percentage not that great. I agree. That is one thing. Without Brock Bowers, you can see a pretty good difference on. Georgia's not great in the red zone. Their run game hasn't been the best. So JQ says it won't be within 2 scores after the first quarter, and it may not. But this game would not surprise me if it was a very just a very scary game for Georgia. With that being said, who are you taking, Chris?
I'm actually going to take Georgia. But with that being said, let me address this.
Yep.
Preseason, about half of America had Eli Drinkowitz on the hot seat.
Yep, including myself.
And most thought he wouldn't even make it through the season. They thought he was going to be fired early.
Mm-hmm.
If any other coach wins SEC Coach of the Year, it's a fraud. Because what Eli Drinkowitz has done at Missouri is the best coaching job in America.
I mean, I can't argue with you on that. They have set him up to succeed, and he's gotten enough recruits to come in there and succeed well. I can't argue with that. There's no other team in the SEC that has a better coach right now, and that's a pretty big deal. Only gods win in Athens, and that ain't the Tigers. Well, we will find out tomorrow night.
I know somebody that has won in Athens twice on homecoming.
Let me guess.
I ain't going to say who it was. You got to do your homework. I can't do everybody's homework.
Well, okay, but normally when you say that, it has something to do with Vanderbilt, and I don't think that's the case.
It might.
Of course it is. Right. So if you're taking tally, how many times he said Vanderbilt tonight? It's like the 8th time.
I didn't say it.
Now it's another 8 shots.
I didn't say it. I just said I know there's a team that's won in Athens on homecoming.
Yeah. Deep pockets out there at Mizzou. Vandy is under construction. Yeah, it'll be over soon.
More so than people realize.
Yeah, right. All right, well, that is our show. We've covered a lot tonight. Chris, final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Yep. You gotta have something.
Let's go watch some college football tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Tomorrow will be Separation Saturday, and things start to separate and space out. Teams start getting some distance between themselves and others, and we need to find out who's who. And this is the week that it happens.
Okay. Well, my final thoughts.
Go
ahead.
Will there still be 2 winless teams in the SEC?
And maybe. Who knows? It's something bound to happen sometime. Hey, thanks for joining us, Big Ten backers. Good name there, Chris. Separation Saturday. I like that. Yep. I'm going to coin that. Absolutely. It definitely feels that way. Separation Saturday. It separates the men from the boys.
Yep.
For certainly. My final thoughts. I'm going to piggyback off what you just said. Will it be? Will there still be a winless team in the SEC? Will there be 2 winless teams? Or will we see major shakeups happening? I don't know, but as always, we'll see. We'll be watching tomorrow, and Stallions separated from UM. Correct. Yep. Separation Saturday. There you go. It started early. With that being said, as always, we appreciate you guys so much. The comments. Please like, share, follow this broadcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. the whole 9 yards. This has been the Golden Boot Cop podcast. Be watching for us Monday. Now, I do want to say something real quick. We almost forgot. Monday night, I want to announce this. We will be having on Navy recruit and Tennessee high school football player Benjamin Franklin will be joining us Monday night. He's already said he was coming. So I would love to see you guys in. We're going to talk to him a little bit about his future and how he got started in football. It's going to be a great show. Join us Monday night, 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, right here on the Golden Sports Network, presented by the Dawgs Media Group for college football dogs. That being said,
I got to give my Big Ten backers a wave since they brought out the Midwest goodbye.
That was a Midwest goodbye. That's it. Absolutely. As always, we appreciate you guys so much. Hey, stay golden, everybody. We'll see you next time.